So guys, boom, we all know who this man Emoni Bates is. A player that is highly coveted, was considered one of the top high school basketball players to ever play the game. And you guys already know he currently plays for Eastern Michigan, a college program that is not in the conversations with the Dukes, the Kansans, and whatnot. In my personal opinion, after playing against Michigan, one of the top college programs in the nation, we got to give credit where credit is due. Emoni Bates, Eastern Michigan, they definitely showed up. You guys already know Emoni Bates, he definitely did his thing. He finished with 30 points in this game. He got all the attention, got all the videos, people hyping up this game, hyping up Emoni. Definitely looking like a player that's going to get drafted. But guys, another player was actually in this game that I feel like we gotta give him his flowers. He definitely deserves some much more respect, and I personally feel like he deserves his own video after the performance he had against Michigan. Guys, you guys already know from the title of this video, we gotta talk about this man Noah Farrakhan. Emoni Bates was very impressive in this game, but Noah Farrakhan in my personal opinion was just as impressive. He finished with 19 points in this game and also finished with a team high, guys, team high, a 6'1" point guard, finished with a team high 6 rebounds in this game and also 3 assists. I personally feel like he could have finished with a lot more points in this game, but the fact that he did have some foul trouble, that kind of altered his chances of finishing with maybe 25 to 28 points, which I think he honestly could have had. This was definitely one of the best games that I've seen Noah Farrakhan play in such a long time, and you cannot deny that this man did. You can't sit here and say that he didn't at least look like one of the top point guards in college. He was definitely super unguardable. Not a single player on that Michigan team could literally guard this kid. The way he was orchestrating the offense, I think he honestly pairs up with this man Emoni Bates fairly nicely. This man was doing all the dirty work. He was playing with a great pace of play. I like how he wasn't forcing too many shots and whatnot. I know it says on the box score that he did finish with 4 turnovers in this game, but if you watch the game, you got to put context in certain types of situations. If you watch the game, half of these damn turnovers was his teammates just not being ready for the passes. So like I said, just sitting here and watching Noah Farrakhan, I could easily see the improvements that this man has made over the past few years, and it's honestly crazy to me that these are the exact same players versus a few years ago. I don't think you guys understand how far this man Noah Farrakhan has came, considering where this man was a few years ago. This man was one of the top point guards in his class, in the 2020 class. Guys, if you don't remember, that class has guys like Sharif Cooper, Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham, all these top guys, Evan Mobley. And then this man went to IMG, did his thing, dunking on people, going all crazy all over social media, hanging out Lil Uzi Vert and whatnot, then transferred to the Patrick School to actually play with Jonathan Kuminga. He was barely even playing. I don't know how he went from being one of the top point guards at IMG and then transferring to the Patrick School and barely even playing at that school. Something just was not adding up. I don't know exactly what it is, but he was barely playing and he essentially kind of fell off the map, and he finished as a 3-star prospect. And hear this man finished as the 304th ranked player in the entire class. Guys, I've never seen nothing like this in my entire life. There's no way you can sit here and say that there are 300 players better than this man in that class of 2020. It just does not make any sense. One thing that I will say about Noah Farrakhan, especially was whenever he was in high school, I definitely feel like he was more of a park or street type of hooper. He definitely had that swag when he played, and I wouldn't really say he had the fundamentals in that specific moment in time. I think, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I actually do think him being a 3 or 4-star player is actually justified, but there's no way that you can sit here and say that there are 300 players better than Noah Farrakhan. That's just blasphemy. It just does not make any type of sense. I'm not sitting here saying that he wasn't fundamental or anything like that, but I still feel like he was a raw prospect, especially in that specific moment in time. And just considering sometimes whenever he would play against these top guys, he would usually show up. And to me, a player that's ranked 304 is not gonna show up, so it just does not make sense. After he finished in high school, he committed to play at Eastern Carolina, where he averaged only 3 points a game on 10 minutes a game. And like I said, in my personal opinion, just considering the type of player that he was in that specific moment in time, I actually don't think he was ready for college, ready to play in a college system. His play style that Noah Farrakhan had, I just don't think he was actually ready, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I'm not really surprised that he only played 10 minutes a game as a freshman. I'm not going to lie, I kind of saw him transferring out of Eastern Carolina, just considering the amount of minutes that he was playing, and just I don't think he fit with that type of program. Then he ultimately transferred to Eastern Michigan, where I think he made a huge jump. You can see the improvements. He increased his points per game average to 16 points a game, had a few games where he was dropping over 25, 28, 30 points in some of these games against some good competition. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually feel like he needed a year at Eastern Carolina to really humble himself and really understand the type of player you have to play like whenever you're in college, and you can't come in there, you know, having that street or park type of play style. Now in his second year for Eastern Michigan, playing with Emoni Bates, this is exactly what Noah Farrakhan, in my personal opinion, needed to revive his basketball career. Everybody's looking at Emoni Bates, but in my opinion, Noah Farrakhan is right there. He's definitely looking like a future star and one of the best point guards in college. I definitely feel like if he can continue this hot streak, like how he played against Michigan, finishing with 19 points, an impressive 19 points, shooting 50% from the field, I definitely feel like he has potential to be something great in the future. There's still questions on if he's good enough to play in the NBA or get drafted and whatnot. I want to see if he can be consistent and play well each and every game. This man Noah Farrakhan wants to get drafted. He has to be consistent, drop buckets, showcase he can be a point guard in the play style of how the NBA is now, not really get too exposed on the defensive end, and just play within the flow of the offense. I definitely feel like Noah Farrakhan can eventually get to the NBA. In my opinion, if a guy like a Matt McClung can get to the NBA, I personally think that Noah Farrakhan can. Guys, like I said, Noah Farrakhan went from one of the top point guards in high school to finishing his high school career as the 304th ranked player in the country. I really want you guys to, I really don't think a lot of you guys understand that. Imagine being in his position. Imagine the mental capacity that may have taken on him. People were doubting you, people were hating on you, the spotlight went away. You have to be you have to have a very strong character, and you have to have a very strong mentality in order to overcome something like that. And just considering how his year went at Eastern Carolina, to barely even playing, you think you're one of the best point guards in the country, then you're not even playing, and then to transfer to Eastern Michigan, and then you're getting an opportunity to play with one of the top players in college with Emoni Bates, and you had a good first game at Michigan. Guys, this is what I want to see. This is honestly what makes me excited to watch basketball. These are the types of moments that I see players reviving their careers. I'm a huge fan of Noah Farrakhan. I hope this man can, like I said, stay consistent, do what he needs to do, finish the job, and continue on this hot streak. Guys, what do you guys think about Noah Farrakhan? I want to know in the comment section down below. If you haven't seen this video where I break down Emoni Bates' first game versus Michigan, watch this video right here. And also check out my podcast with D-Rich TV, where we also get more in depth with Emoni Bates, Mikey Williams, other college basketball players to watch out for. Watch the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that. All that being said, guys, thank you for watching me. Another episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.